1, 2, 3, 4.
What is happening, people? As you probably all thought that I had gone and disappeared, it's not the truth. I am back once again like a renegade master. But yes, I was in Galway and just we were busy with feelers and stuff like that, which is a bad word. Feel is a bad word. At the minute, you're not allowed to say feela, because I say feela, and if you're a loyalist, you hear ooh-ah, bara. So yeah, we were busy with that. But how's it all going? I hope you're all well. Before we start into our podcast, we normally have to give a shout out to people that give us money. They're called sponsors. And our sponsor is Manscaped. Manscaped. As Willie says, Manscaped, doesn't he? Manscaped. Manscaped are a company from America that has this technology for shaving your bollocks. They have this Lawnmower 4.0, which comes in a kit form. Even the charger for it works on your fucking Samsung or Android to charge it up. I mean, there's so much in there, it's unbelievable. You have ball toner, ball moisturiser, ball deodorant, and it doesn't cut you. That's the main thing. So if your balls are hairy and look like they should have been in jail in the 1980s, get the Manscaped. And also on top of that, if you mention us, if you just go on and say, here, I know the boys in Mudblood, and type in Mudblood 20, you get 20% off the kit, which is phenomenal. Get on it, get it done, get it booked, get it sent out the house, and give your bollocks the treatment they deserve. Because nobody else is going to shave your balls. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen. So you may as well do it yourself. So Mudblood 20, get the Manscaped the fur done. Get it in the house, get it done. But yes, what is happening, people? We unfortunately don't have Mr. William today, and he's not late. I know I normally do this, go on, and Willie just turns up. So Sean's going to sit in the seat. So William is not well today. He was meant to be actually at a funeral. One of our fellow comedians' father died, Mr. Rory Wood. So a big shout out to Rory, and you're in our thoughts, mate. Quite bad whenever your parents pass away. So we had that. So William wasn't even there, but that was because he isn't well. He isn't well today. He's sick.
God love him.
God love him.
What they don't tell you is that him and William are actually fell out.
He's a dick.
And so that's why they haven't been doing it together the last couple of weeks.
There's mediators, there's people brought in. It's look, it was always going to happen. He's a prod, I'm a Fenian. There was always going to be a divide at this time of the year. And I think just the bonfire and the Craigan and the flags and stuff just put it over the edge for him. You know, they just can't. He likes doing it, but don't you do it.
Yeah, that's it. And then with all the stuff in the field there and the wolf tones,
and stuff, and I didn't bring him this year, and he just was like, well, fuck you, yeah.
The good news is that we've got Shane and Colin acting as sort of like
mediators.
Yeah, they're in the same
negotiations.
The Good Saturday Agreement. Get Mudblood back in.
In. It may never get back, but you just don't know.
Yeah.
Don't think we need him. You know, we can move on without him.
Aye. A United Mudblood.
Well, United Mudblood, and I think it's going to get to that stage where, you know, if he doesn't want to be involved in a United Mudblood where the Irish language is openly spoke, and, you know, well, he can fuck off over to Scotland and do one over there, you know?
Aye.
Where his ancestors came from.
But how have you been anyway?
All good. Very busy. Very warm.
Loads of feelers all over the show.
Feelers all over the show. Still more feelers to do. I'm doing the Ard Bone Fest. Yeah. Which, the Ard Bone, it's as mad as it sounds.
I've heard.
It's
heard
fucking nuts.
Before.
It is nuts. My usual MC, I think, is pulled out because he realises how mad it is. It was the one where Darren went out and I was like, you need to go out there and be a gunslinger. It was only meant to be 60 people at the gig, and then turned out there was the whole estate. And then I says, Darren, look, just go out and you're going to have to just go out all guns blazing, just squeal at them. And he was out and he was trying to get them quiet, and he was like, can you be quiet? Like, can everybody keep the noise down and we get the gig started? And a fella shouted, fuck up. And Darren says, be nice. And he went, fuck up, please.
Fuck's sake. And it's in the Star again.
In the Crumlin Star on the 26th. I don't know about tickets. I haven't even checked it.
But
Mudblood Live is out.
yeah, Ulster Hall.
Ulster Hall. Tickets are flying out. There's only half the tickets on the floor left. We haven't opened the balcony yet, but there's literally just half the ground floor tickets.
Yeah, so if you want to see all this,
We want to see it
but in
live.
person.
Live, if we're back together. It'd be like the reunion.
Yeah, and we'll get Bono and all to come.
It'd be like Bono and he'll hold me and Willie's hands up. Well, mine anyway. Willie can't hold his hands up past there. Willie, hold your hand up. Can't. That's as far as it goes. Yeah, Mudblood in the Ulster Hall on November the 5th. We've been calling it for about fucking 6 months. It's like our backdrop. Our backdrop was ordered. It must be coming from fucking Taiwan or something, because the fella that we ordered it off, I phoned him and he laughed on the phone. Like, didn't even say hello, he just laughed. So I don't know. I don't know what the crack is there.
Coming soon. What about Derry? How'd it go?
London Derry.
Aye, how'd you go in London Derry?
London Derry, no. And Derry was great. I brought Tommy up with me. And it went really, really well. I think the people were sitting in the hall from 7:15. And we didn't get there until 8:15. So they were pretty cooked. And the guy was just like, I don't think you can really do a break or anything. Hey, I just think you have to. So I literally done it.
Right for it, hey?
I just fucking do it. Just get up here and do your fucking stuff. And I was like, right, okay. So I was wearing sweaty shorts and t-shirt that I had on all day. I thought I was going to get up there, get a bit of a wash, a cool down, and then get on stage. So apologies if I look like William on a good day. But yeah.
Like me doing the freaking podcast on Sunday or with William.
Was that right? I didn't see it.
I was doing it after the freaking 80s night.
Oh dear.
It was a freaking mess.
Hangover, did you enjoy it?
80s night was brilliant. It was great crack.
See, loads of mixed reactions, because I think it's what you expect. If I was going to the 80s night, because it was so popular last year, I knew it was going to be bunged.
Yeah. Did you not go?
I literally get back at
Because I know you were
20 to
meant go.
12, and I sat in Divis Drive, which is literally round the corner, and I went, do I want to walk into the park now? Because I was seeing the type of people, and I watched the guy walk up Divis Drive, and then between two houses. Now, if you picture Divis Drive, you have the bar, then you have the row of houses where Big Boss lived.
Yeah.
Then you have an
terrace
alleyway
ones.
which is closed off. And then you have another row of, they're terrace houses, but they're not like them terrace houses.
Yeah.
And in between that, there's one wee alley, like driveway, in between. So there's like 12 houses, then this wee driveway, alleyway, then 12 houses. And I watched the guy walk up to there, and then change his mind, and he walked up the steps, knelt down, and pissed through a letterbox. And I put the window down, and I was like, mate, that is so hard what you just done. Like,
He had to put effort in that.
you
He couldn't have been that drunk. You know what I mean? That you can blame it
that
on
he
the
was
drink.
able to do it, because
Yeah.
he was like balanced, but like trying to hold up the thing. I thought he was joking at the start, and then I realised he was pissing, because it kept the flap went down, and then the piss went all over him. And I was like, "Are you fucking for real?" And he didn't even turn around. He was just like, "Fuck off!
So you got in the car.
I'm not having that good night." And I went, "Well, is that your own house, like? Because you're fucking pissing in somebody's house, like." So if you live in Divis Drive, that water that was on the floor in your hallway wasn't rain or lilt or Milkman's orange. What colour would it be? It could be clear, you see. It was some guy pasting through your letterbox. I couldn't believe it. And then he just waddled up the street, like.
And then you got in the car and drove.
No, well, I was still in the car. I was sitting double parked on the fucking road, but I watched people come up. And then Andrew was texting me going, "You're not coming in?" And I was like, I really don't think I want to face walking into everybody. Like,
You would have got tortured.
on Sunday night was fucking wild. Absolutely wild at the Wolf Tones it.
Was I freaking like a load of ones came up to me on Saturday, like to say like most of them all nice, few lunatics, like just being fucking melts.
There was nobody melting my head. What it was on Sunday, they were that drunk. They didn't realise they had their fucking drink in the hand. It's plastic cups.
And they're spilling it all over you.
All over me. I literally was walking about with like a cock and balls staying on the front of my fucking t-shirt. It's in like 50 photos I've seen. Because somebody was like, "Rah!"
But you haven't been on since doing Fela? Like,
The film was
nice?
great. It was absolutely great. It was the
Couldn't have
first
went any
lineup.
better, like.
No. It was like the first time an all West Belfast like lineup.
line up as well, yeah.
We covered all the bases. We had a mixed race guy on. We had two fat fellas on.
I see where you were going with that.
And then the next night,
And everybody got a Chinese after it.
Everybody got a Chinese, and then we had a woman on and two fat fellas the next night. So like we ticked all the boxes there.
Diversity.
No, they weren't on. They're on next year. The
I
dance
thought you
group.
weren't meant to say anything.
But so it's funny, like. But I called into the Chinese after the second night. Wasn't it the second night? Yeah, and the wee Chinese guy was like, "Where you go tonight?" And I says, "I was doing the fella," and he says, "On the door." It's like, oh, I wasn't even going to try and explain. I don't know if he was being a prick or he just think. But then when I left, the girl must have said tell him, because at the weekend there we called in to get something. On Wednesday night we called in to get something, and after I'd been in, and him and his wife were obviously working, and he's like, you do on TV, you talk about us, and I says, oh, on the podcast, yes, you talk about elements, and I was like, yes. He says, they tell me you say you like in here, and I mean, yes, and he says, you want me to sponsor you? And I says, well, we could work something out. How much? And here's me, well, you could probably...
Salt the chili chicken.
Well, that's what I said. I says, you could throw us a free Chinese. And he went, don't know about that. You're Chinese. You're Chinese, 35 quid.
That dear big man.
I was like, well, fucking go fuck in. You'll not be sponsoring the fucking podcast anyway.
An Elements black card.
Bellaments, as he calls it.
Bellaments.
Welcome to Bellaments.
So, see something. Now, potty facts is a thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what everybody says. What about them potty facts and all, right?
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, I've been hearing potty facts for 20 odd years.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the potty facts I've heard have all been about Celtic. So I wanna fact check them.
Right.
Now.
Right.
Because the thing that you've always said to me, it's like you've always came in being like such and such is saying for Celtic. And it's ranged from like Ronaldinho to, I don't know, all sorts of different people.
Right.
But what ones, let me see, I need to see, remember actual ones that you've said, so then I can see if it was true. So you told me before Celtic were trying to sign Robert Lewandowski.
Uh-huh.
Did that end up true?
No. But that's rumours, like.
No, but did they try and sign him?
They were trying to sign him, yeah. Like, the same way as they were trying to sign Ronaldo. But when I say they were trying to sign him, Celtic offered him an escape route from United and into the Champions League, as long as United would pay half the wages. I think they only have until, the end of August before that door's up, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you don't know.
And what about, you told me before Bob Marley supported Celtic.
He did.
Did he?
100% did.
There's no way. Like,
No, 100% did. 100% supported Celtic. And I'll tell you why. Because he used to record the Celtic matches and show them to his son. Like, that is true. That is true. Bob Marley did support Celtic. Because he used to tape. Let me see. I'll put it in here and you see. Now, I haven't even taped in the full thing, right?
let me see.
So...
Nah, I've seen like Snoop Dogg and all wearing like the Celtic gear.
He says in the Celtic View, I always loved Celtic. They were one of my father's favourite teams.
Freak.
So
there you go.
But he did record the matches and show them to his son, because his son, right, there's his son wearing a Celtic top.
Jesus.
And his son would talk about it. But so he was.
There you go.
Yep. So Bob Marley and Celtic was true.
There's another one proved. Bob Marley, Celtic fan.
Bob Marley, the secret Celtic fan.
Freak. Has anybody else got ones I would like to see what ones people can submit.
Who supports Celtic?
Aye, well, just...
There was that
random
Hollywood
facts.
actress. What do you call her? There's a woman, Hollywood actress, and she was making a film in Scotland, and she ended up supporting Celtic. Oh, what was her name? That's another one. Sean Connery supported Celtic and then supported Rangers.
That's a random one.
So he supported Celtic and then ended up being friends with David Murray from Rangers and then supported Rangers. Jared Butler, he's a Celtic fan.
And Gordon Ramsay played
He's
for Rangers.
Well,
He's
he didn't play
trial
for
or
Rangers.
something?
He had a fucking trial or something. But Seamus the thing. Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Jesus.
Jennifer Love Hewitt. She was a Celtic fan. So, and she said that on that the Late Late Show in America, not the one fucking thing.
There you go.
So, Paddy facts. If somebody got me to do a Paddy fact for their girlfriend for her birthday, because she likes the Paddy facts. But the thing, I was on Shane's and I was talking about that Rounders is the national sport of Ireland, and
It is.
It is. So that was another.
No, it's not the national. The national sport is handball, but rounders is a GAA sport.
It's a national sport of Ireland. So that was that. But yeah, no, the field has been getting a bit of bad press.
And why do you think they're giving off about that this year when it's happened every other year?
They've always give off about it, especially since the Wolf Tones has been on. Like, that was really highlighted. I think the whole thing about them couple of fellas that sang the song about Michaela Hart,
So it's sort of like
and they lost their jobs. I think they're like, well, hold on a minute. You know, if we can't do it, you can't do it. I think that a lot of people are saying like the Wolf Tones and the Ua Bara, right? Yeah, there's a song about Celtic and they sing Ua Bara in it, right? And I'm sure there's a few other songs that they sing about it. I think the Wolf Tones are mainly singing about 1916 era and the old era. Like. I don't know if that's true, but I think that's what they do sing about.
Aye, well, they would sing about hunger strikers and stuff too, and
Right,
volunteers
okay.
and.
So that would have been the 80s, right enough. So that debunks that.
But I mean, Kneecap was on the Friday night.
And they got a bit of bad publicity because the mural with a cop thing on fire.
Yeah.
See, I've even seen people from the Irish language don't like them and slobbering about them.
About Kneecap.
And that to me is worse than like somebody from the Shangle or a loyalist saying fucking they're wankers, right? Because you can understand that. I suppose like you could say that about if you were a Catholic from here and you hear your man Young Spencer singing about PROD, you know, and giving off about him. But I see him and I see Kneecap as people within their own community just doing what rappers do. And then
Just
type of...
starting
it's
controversy?
anarchy. Yeah. Like punk bands in the 80s were criticised for... But now, like, they're seen in better light. You know, but back then they were singing about this. So Kneecap do it in the Irish language, and I seen somebody from the Irish language actually put up and say they're diabolical, they shouldn't be doing that. But that's elitism within...
Oh, aye, 100%.
the Irish language. Because I remember when I wrote my set to be translated into Irish to do it,
Should we set and worked on it, remember?
a guy said to me, you can't say that. And I was like, why? And he was like, well, the people that's going to go to this are going to be in like the opera house or like proper theatres within the Irish language, and they're not going to like you talking about that. And I'm like, surely if you're fighting for the Irish language to get equality, it should be open. Like, if a loyalist band want to use Irish language, then the Irish language advocates should be...
Yeah, well, that's the biggest
Supportive of
problem
that.
with the Irish language, like, isn't it? It's that it's so gatekeep, you know, like the whole way through it. It's like you can't say you're an Irish language speaker until you've learned the fucking Mo Caneloch and
Or
the past,
fucking got
future,
your,
fucking
your
back tense
fun,
or
your
whatever.
or and your ard chastis.
Imagine running the, like, speaking English and having a wee fucking saying like
Says
to
it.
say your level
That's
of speak.
yeah.
Because I mean, like I would have wore like my fanyor and all. Like so, anybody listening, otherwise known as any prods listening that don't
You
understand
can't
what
say
we're
it
talking
now
about.
because East Belfast, there's loads of people that have their fun yours now. Who
Yeah,
are proud
that's
of them.
true.
So,
But like a fanyor, it's a gold ring.
well, here's a paddy fact for you.
What?
Inst College in Belfast, which is seen as a big Protestant school, they kept alive the ice. You couldn't get in there unless you spoke Irish.
Serious?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
You see the statue outside it? I think it's Cook. I think his name is
Henry Cook.
Henry Cook. The statue was turned. He turned his back on the school because of something to do with the Irish language or something that they done. But like,
But me and William were talking about this on Sunday that, you know how much like Presbyterians and stuff kept alive, yeah, Irish language.
Yeah.
You know, very very like strong Protestant like roots.
linked to in Inst, they organised for a guy to go around Ireland to keep alive Gaelic music, Irish poetry, and the Irish language.
Yeah.
And he was paid by the Presbyterians to do that around Ireland. So this whole thing that it's one side and but that's divide and conquer, which was done by the Brits in this country. It was to divide this society to keep it down.
Yeah.
And then you come to offence like this. I don't like bonfires, and I've said that on here. But who am I to stop bonfires? Okay? So I don't like bonfires. I don't mind a bonfire, but I don't want to see people on, you know, I don't want to see people on complaining about it when you're fucking doing it yourself. Mm-hmm. You know, I can't turn around and say, listen, you fucking shouldn't be smoking and then going around the corner and lighting a fag up.
It's stupid. I contradictory.
Did Jeffrey Donaldson coming out and saying that it was a hate fest? It probably is. But you've been in a lot of them. I've seen him, I've seen photos of him at bonfires and being involved in that. So, this country has that problem where, you know, you can't complain about the other side doing it if you're going to do it.
Exactly.
You know, the whole point of the failure was to take people away from bonfires and stuff like that. So, I understand why people don't like it, but if you don't like it, don't listen to it. Don't, you know.
Yeah.
And that goes for Orange Parade. I not going to go. I would go if someone invited me to go and see what the crack is about it, but I don't go till the Orange Parades. I'm not involved in the Orange Order, and I don't, you know, I maybe couldn't be, but I'm not going to sit here and go, fuck Emmons and fuck God when they're away marching in the field in Castle Caulfield. I mean, it's not a fact of my life.
Yeah.
You know, if that's what
they
to do, you know, I think you have to get past sectarianism before anything can happen, and that won't happen in this country anytime soon.
But yeah, back onto the thing of the Irish language. The gold funias, like they're like wee rings that you wear on your jacket to say how, you know, competent you are at speaking Irish. So you get a gold one if you're a silver one. You get a bun chastis, which is like the lowest
bun, silver funia, man chastis, funior, which is gold one,
and R chastis. And chastis just means certificate, so you get a certificate that says you can speak Irish really good. So, like, but it seems stupid, doesn't it? It's like,
I think it's stupid, and I learnt a long time ago that the Irish language, there was a man said to me in Gordahurk one time in Donegal, just you speak what you know, and don't worry about. And he says, see where you're from West Belfast, you say a lot of things that's not proper English. So don't worry about saying not saying proper Irish.
That's something that annoys me as well, because it's people out in wee places like that who, if you have a wee bit of broken Irish and speak them, they'll be, you know, more than happy to speak to you. But it's people from here who have changed their name from Matthew to Matthew, and then and they don't speak in a fucking way. They're from Turf, but they go, oh, you know what I mean?
Yes,
they put on a fucking accent.
Yeah.
They speak Irish, and if you say one fucking thing wrong or don't pronounce something properly, it's they pull you. Imagine speaking to your mate and they go, how long? What would you say measure? It's measure, not measure.
Measure. No,
Get
there
fucking taken in
isn't.
the
There
face.
is elitism amongst the Irish language. I don't personally. I think kneecap's fucking great, and I think they're good on what to do. They're unique, and I just seen that they were in fucking Hungary, and I'm sure there's not too many fucking Irish speakers in Hungary. Do you know what I mean?
Aye, but they had everybody going fucking nuts. I
You
saw
know, it's the
videos
same
of it.
way as I mean, I
Fair
can
play
watch a
them.
Bollywood fucking film and enjoy it. I mightn't understand what they're fucking saying, but I enjoy it. Do you know?
Aye, or
I
a
like
samurai film or something.
No, but but people laugh at me when I say it, but I can appreciate the work and the effort and the form that's in it. Do you know? I mean, understand it,
Yeah.
but I watch it and I go, that's impressive. I like the way they do it. Do you know what I mean? The whole dancing, it's like a musical, only with different thing.
Yeah.
And I like beat and stuff like that, so that's why I think I like that Indian Bollywood.
I'm
thing.
sure even the ones I go see Kneecap here. I mean, there was like 10,000.
There's no way they were all fucking Gaelic.
Irish, yeah.
No.
But and on the thing of them being controversial, I mean, like, as you said, they're fucking rappers. I mean, Eminem wasn't going out and doing a Will Smith impression.
That's like,
Like-
saying that the rappers are like Daniel O'Donnell.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Can you imagine Daniel O'Donnell was born in Detroit and fucking Eminem was born in Donegal?
yeah,
You know, you'd have Eminem doing concerts for wee grannies, talking about fannies and muff diving and fucking all that there. And then you'd have Daniel O'Donnell singing fucking, well, the real Daniel O'Donnell, please stand up. There's gonna
Exactly.
be a problem here. Do you know, it's fucking ridiculous. It's don't get annoyed with shit if you're not going to attend, and don't fail to be vocal enough if it doesn't affect you.
yeah. But like, you know, and I know the lads out of Kneecap, and they're not as extreme in person as they
No,
are in
they're
their legs, because they have to fucking push the
boundary.
the boundary a wee bit to get a
They're
bit
actually
more
quite
attention.
intelligent fellas if you speak to them.
Yeah.
And you know, they are what they are.
But yeah, but it is funny that they said a lot worse things than the Wolf Tones did,
But
in
not as
doing it.
much controversy.
but not as much controversy. They got more controversy over the mural.
Yeah.
Like,
the Wolf Tones are in their 80s.
yeah, what are you afraid of them doing?
Do you know, I think it's getting annoyed. There's a problem with tit for tat in this country. And I think, you know, it's like, I'm going to go on and fucking give off about this. And then if something happens on your side, say fuck all about it. And that goes on. And that's, we need to move on from all that shit. And people just need to think. So they're going, oh, you can't. I personally think the thing that happened in Ballygolly with them fellas, they sang about, which was talked about on here, they sang about a Pacific person who was not even involved. It was just an innocent thing. I think in the park, if people had sang songs about innocent victims of IRA felons, 100% then there would have been a lot more controversy to it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like if they turned around and the sang about fucking I know my bomb or something like that, you know, you would turn around and go, well, hold on a minute, no, they're writing that. But I think I think Ooh Ah Bra is as much of a chant as No Surrender and, you know, Kill All Tags, and I think they're all in the muchness. And the vast majority of people that chant them that I seen was young people that don't really fucking understand it or really care about fucking the IRA, to be honest.
Yeah.
And that's my own personal view on it. I could be wrong, but
it's more. It's like a freaking party thing now, and that gets at me a wee bit with the Wolf Tones. That's why I don't really go, because I said
Kieran Bartlett done my Fearless shows, and he does a bit where he was like Up the Ra isn't what it used to be. Like he says it's even a thing. His joke, this
That's
is all
right,
Kieran's,
yeah.
by the way, and that he is like, it's like you go into McDonald's and they got your order right, and you look in the bag and you go, did you get the order right? And they go, Up the Ra! Do you know what I mean? Or fucking you got a tenner in the lottery and you're like, Up the Ra! You know, and he's right. That's the way it is.
yeah.
So it's good to do it.
Aye, Donald's just joined us here.
Donald's he's fucking really properly filled in for Willie this week by being fucking late as well.
I've been on about this building for the last
Why?
half an hour because you used to not know where to answer your phone.
But thank you very much, everybody. And it's a short but sweet.
Yeah, and join us over in the Patreon. We'll have Donald.
And Up the Ra!
I feel electric when you go.